So what we're going to do today is very exciting. We're going to do bounty hunters versus Hans because there's going to be bounty hunter reworks. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to be getting another Han. So we're going to take in a team of 4 Hans and a Chewbacca, of course, right? And you're going to take in all the bounty hunters. But before we do this, we have some next level conspiracy theory.
Tinfoil hats, people. Come on.
Yeah, search the bounty hunter tag on your screen real quick.
So first of all, when you go to the filter and click on bounty hunters, nothing fancy here. But here we go. Cue into Illuminati music.
Yeah, I'm going to do it here on my screen. I'm going to actually type bounty hunter.
And look who pops up, people.
Look who pops up on this. HK47.
And he doesn't have any bounty hunter tag, has no words of bounty anywhere.
No.
Yeah, when you look up even the word bounty, try bounty as well. He pops up in bounty and bounty hunter. So 2 things, either just a mistake or secret hidden coding on HK47 that he is about, because it kind of fits his lore as well, right? You did a lot of research once we came across this.
I'm not a KOTOR lore guy. And why don't we go into the battle? We'll talk about KOTOR first.
Yeah, I was really surprised about that.
Yeah, but he actually is like the predecessor to a bounty hunter droid called the HK50. Oh, let's go. Let's load up these teams first. You getting ready?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I'm ready. You tell me when to go.
3, 2, 1, and go. Let's get her done.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So, HK47 is a predecessor to the HK50 bounty hunter assassin droid, but I don't know. It could be just like error, or it could be that they're trying to tell us something. What do you think?
I don't think they're trying to tell us something. This has to be something accidental, or it could be an Easter egg. I don't quite know. I mean, keep in mind, at one point, IG-88 didn't. I could be wrong here. I don't think originally IG-88 had the bounty hunter tag in this game. They had to add it later on, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. Remember they added some like bounty hunter and scoundrel tags later on. Like this is like we're talking way back in the day, like early 2017
they added
or something.
One of the 2 tags. One of the tags wasn't in the game, and they just created the tag altogether.
Yeah, I don't know, but the point is they have added tags to character way after the fact of their release. Yeah. So it's totally possible that maybe down the road he might get some sort of rework. That's just stretching it so far out there. But I find it funny indeed that he pops up when you type in bounty or bounty hunter, and it just shows up. He doesn't show up when you click on the filter, so I don't quite know what's going on there, but I thought it's kind of something funny we discovered right before we started this video.
And this is a continuation of a conversation that happened on Ahnalds' channel. There's just too information to cover in that video, so we made 2 videos out of it. And one of the things that we wanted to talk about was that Q&A session, because there's a ton of stuff in there. And one of the things that came up, and we're going to talk about the bounty hunter reworks and Bosk, and we're going to get to that. We want to talk, one of the questions was about legend canon and the policy about legends, because HK47 is not canon. He's from the game. And then now we've got the Simp Triumvirate. And what was the answer? We've always had like a very specific answer on this.
Right. I mean, the answer they gave most recently on the forums was it came down to like, it's mainly Lucas approval. They partner with the Lucas Studios to kind of see what fits the game. But I think we've had an interview like way back, like our first interview, like when we Jesse Anderson way back when. I think we asked the question, and I feel like the answer was that this is a long time ago, but I feel like the answer was somewhere along the lines that there's not much off the table.
Correct. As long as Lucas approves it, they're good to go, and it's probably it's always been a yes on all this stuff so far.
Like they can also make their own, like Galaxy Res can design their own generic characters as long as it fits like kind of the Star Wars lore and they get Lucas approval. It all comes down to Lucas approval. It's their IP. They kind of have the final say of what you can do with their IP.
Well, like Iden Versio is a new character, right? And she's from Battlefront 2, and you know she never existed before, so who knows, right?
Right. Yep. So I mean, anything's possible, pretty much. I mean, I think Porkins, except Porkins, he's not coming to the game.
Not getting Porkins.
He's a Legends character, I guess now.
But let's talk about bounty hunters. Bosk is coming to the game.
Yes.
And my understanding is we're talking about that he's going to be a tank, and that he is going to be a taunting tank.
That's not on the forum. They didn't say on the forum. So that's from the video that I did. They said that he's going to be a taunting tank.
And that also that Dengar is going to get a leadership ability. And they said that this is going to be more of a PvE type thing with contracts. And explain to me what you know about the contracts or your understanding of these contracts for the bounty hunters.
So they kind of threw the whole contracts to me on surprise. So I asked as much as I could in the little time that I had. But pretty much the design of contracts, from what they said in that interview with me, was that they wanted to kind of give the user the feeling that they're a bounty hunter hunting down the targets they were assigned to take out, which is a really cool idea. You know, having, I don't know, let's say
it's just like an achievements for a character, right?
Like, let's say, yeah, an achievements for a character, and they didn't really go much in depth, like what happens when you complete the contracts. I'm guessing that maybe your character gets a bunch of bonuses when they fulfill the contract or something, but the main goal of it was to make these guys PvE intensive characters, and they also kind of brought the point how the Sith Triumvirate, I brought the point about the Sith Triumvirate raid and how they have a unique ability in there, and the whole goal is to kind of make these reworks kind of pair with that unique ability well, so I can... and the special combat missions for dark side territory battles. So maybe like boss gets a bonus when he takes out some sort of creature. I don't quite know, but and Dengar is getting a leadership ability. We don't even know much about that yet. There's
bunch of stuff to come, right?
Final balancing. Yeah, I think the contract thing is really cool because I love when they look at a character or a faction. They're like, what can we do to kind of invoke the sense that they're actually using that faction? And getting contracts for a bounty hunter, I think that sounds really cool.
Okay, so let's talk about other things coming into the game before we talk about the Sith raid, because we're going to talk about the Sith raid at length here in a minute. But ships. The main thing that I got from new things coming to ships is that there's going to be a PvE mode for ships, which is going to be similar to that of dark side territory battles. No, dark side and light side. What do they call those? Just dark side and light side campaign.
Yeah, just
mode,
dark
right?
side lights. It's the
nodes.
Yeah,
they're going to come out with ship nodes.
I don't want to call it campaign because there's really no story attached to it. It's just, maybe ships is different. But I don't. You heard the interview when they talked about this. I actually learned that through you, so you can talk more about that. But I think I understand.
I just think there's not much to talk about it. I mean, if you've done the light side and the dark side nodes, you know that once you do it once, you never look at it again. But I'm guessing that's going to be for new content because there's going to be new characters coming in. We're going to need new places to farm new characters. So I'm pretty sure that has something to do with that. They mentioned that the battles were going to be easier and
did they? Cool.
And what do you think about the battles getting easier? And what do you think about Omega mats? What do you think about hardware? I mean, there's so much they can do, right?
What do you think about life? I mean, I definitely agree with the whole the PV thing. I think it's just that we're starting to slowly run out of space. I mean, obviously they could probably take some characters and instead of having 3 nodes, give them 1 node and take those 2 extra nodes for something else. Like Old Ben, I think he has like 2 or 3 places to farm him in Cantina alone. Or something of that sort. But yeah, like the new movie, I could easily see 10 new characters. So that's probably why if they are creating this PvE thing, it's the farm, like the new, the Mud Trooper or whatever, or some of the new scoundrels we're gonna learn about. So, but I guess it's something. Ships has always been such a dead content in the game. Besides the Chimera, there's really nothing else going on except the Chimera and the top 20 getting crystals. That's really it. So I mean, it would be nice to see them make more of a conscious effort to improve that. Maybe with the new ships. Maybe they'll start increasing it to where the what's it called, the challenges where we can start getting Omega mats or something.
Well, they also mentioned the TIE Defender. That was one of the questions, and they seemed like overwhelmingly positive about the TIE Defender, which is a really cool ship. You know what I mean?
It's a very cool ship.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. Everything is soon, right? Except for Pork.
Everything is except for Porkins.
Porkins.
Yeah, it's funny. On the forum post, everything is we can't say when, but Porkins was just a flip.
No.
It's not happening. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, so it's totally possible. It's just really for the game. We get the question all the time, like, why haven't we seen C-3PO? Why haven't we seen this character, that character? They can do everything in the world, but they're not going to do everything in 1 month. It's first of all a lot of work, and then the game's going to get boring after a month when there's nothing else to do.
I'm on Note 12.
Me too, I think, as well, yeah. But yeah, everything's about timing. Like right now, when I did the General Grievous conversation interview, they said right now it wouldn't seem right to do General Grievous, just mainly with the new movie coming out. Like, why would we get a General Grievous rework when kind of everything's about Han Solo, scoundrels, bounty hunters, and the new movie? So it all comes down to timing. Same with like Jedi rework, that's on people's minds. But the bounty hunter reworks make sense right now, so that's why they're doing it. It all comes down to timing. So I can imagine ships and new characters coming out just at a better time. But everything's a win except for Porkins.
All right, let's talk about the Sith raid. And they asked, the comment was, my guild has 110 GP or something like that, somewhere around there. And it's like, you're going to make it easier. And their response was, we're kind of happy. I just finished. We're happy where it's at.
I'm just doing some arena.
I'm going to attack you in the arena.
I'm putting bounty hunters in for you, so.
Bounty hunters? You want to put me the Hans in there and attack you? I don't even know.
There we go, Hans. That's the theme for today.
That's the theme for today. So my guild is finishing it, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. But you or I are both in a guild that's similar in galactic power. Mine's about 140-ish. Yours is also, right?
Yeah, 145-ish, right.
And it comes down to having Jedi Training Rey and Death Mark is what I'm seeing, and they're happy with me as long as I throw those two teams. What's your experience with that?
Yeah, so it took us about a month. I mean, a lot of experimenting and a lot of, we had to kind of, some people in our guild were just demotivated. They just decided like post zeros, not do much. So we had to go through a little restructuring with a couple people and stuff like that. But after we finally kind of made those changes with a couple people that just weren't motivated to do it, we finally cleared the heroic raid on Thursday. So I got my first batch of 6 Treya shards, and all I did was I did my Gar Saxon Death Trooper team, which I'm probably gonna make a video on soon, and that did pretty well in phase 2 in Jedi Training Rey, and the rest of the guild was able to carry it away from there. So it's really what it comes down to. If you're getting a guild that has a good Death Trooper, because there's so many teams with Death Trooper right now, and as long as you have like at least one of them, one Death Trooper team and a Jedi Training Rey, that's kind of the sure way of beating the heroic. But it took us a month to get it down, and hopefully going forward we don't stumble again. But it's a while. And the developers said on the interview when I asked them how's the community progressing, they said that they think it's in a good spot right now if they're looking at the CSAT surveys and the kind of the forums or videos, kind of see where it is. They're kind of happy where it is right now, and obviously over time it's going to get better and better and better once people start mastering it. So it's every raid that we get, there's always this rough transition period. The Rancor raid got so much crap for it, and guess what? Everyone souls it on auto. AAT raid so much crap. Now there's solo teams, and you only need like 3 people to beat the raid. This is the same thing, people. Hard at first, but I'm sure a year from now, there's gonna be some new character or something or new strategy that makes it completely auto win. So it's just how raids go. I've been playing the game for a while, so I know how it goes.
Yeah,
down.
well, I mean, I'm glad that we're getting it done now, but it was kind of tricky at first, and it's end content. It's not meant to be beatable by everybody, right? I mean, it's supposed to be kind of like more advanced, and I just think it's going to be challenging and hard until your guild gets up there, especially with the number of Jedi Training raid teams you're going to need. I think is what it comes down to.
Yep, that's really what it comes down to. But of course, I can't imagine like they're not going to release a new character that's meant to tackle the raid. Like, the heroic AAT, it was kind of difficult, but once Thrawn came out, all of a sudden the master curve just shoot up for the community, and BB-8 is just what killed the raid finally. Once BB-8 came out, it was kind of game, and CLS. Last year was the killer for the AAT. The Thrawn, CLS, and BB-8, and then Jedi Training Rey. That put the AAT in a very easy position for people to start tackling. And I'm sure the Sith raid's going to be just like that. Imagine, we talked about Bounty Hunter reworks. We know that Cad Bane and Zam Wessel aren't getting reworked because they're Clone War era bounty hunters. Right. So it kind of makes sense they didn't do it now. We're speculating that maybe down the road they're going to do maybe a Jango Fett release with maybe a Clone War bounty hunter reworks.
That sounds like fun, man. I know Jango is
I would love that.
Yeah, Jango versus Mace Windu. That'd be awesome. Are you attacking me back?
Yeah, I'm attacking you back now. So I think that's maybe when we'll see the next set of bounty hunters getting reworked. So I don't. They're just so.
I don't think you could win this. Actually, they're just.
Oh no,
bounty hunters are. I think that's the point of this video is that bounty hunters are getting a rework, and they're just not
Stormtrooper Han's
good.
a B grade character. Han's an A grade character. Raid Han's the A grade character. Then you got Captain Han, B grade character. Then the vets are kind of like C, B level characters. Most of my characters were F characters, except Boba Fett and IG-88 pretty much.
Oh yeah, Dengar and Greedo are just not good in this game currently. So required in the dark side territory battles.
I'm just gonna auto. I'm not gonna be able to win.
We're gonna talk about one last thing before we wrap up this video. We're gonna talk about Nightsister Zombie and
interesting conversation.
Yeah. And this kind of ties into what was happened, and there's precedence for this. I just want to say that with Old Ben. So the conversation is that Nightsister Zombie actually works better when she is under geared, and the question says, can you make it so that she actually gets lower health and protection as you gear up? And they're saying is that's not their intention to build characters that are better when they're underdeveloped. I mean, what was your thoughts of that?
I think it makes sense. The comment was originally, did you ever consider making Nightsister weaker as she got more geared up? And developers kind of like she's getting more decomposed or something. Because the best strategy of Nightsister Zombie is to have her around gear level 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that, if that. And they don't want to. They want to have the game where you want to be incentivized to improve the character, get more damage out, yada yada yada.
Okay.
It's a weird spot. Old Ben's kind of another one of those conversations. Way back when the goal was to have Old Ben just die off really quickly so he can give a bunch of buffs. But now
and they
with this
reworked
rework,
him. That's the key thing is they reworked him, right? Because they saw that happening and they didn't want that to be that way. So they made it so that there was no advantage to undergear Old Ben and just have him die off. And my guess is that they're going to do something like that to Nightsister Zombie.
I can't imagine a zombie reworked anytime soon. She's a really solid.
But just that character. I don't know. But my thinking is why not give her a static amount of health and protection that is the same on all gear levels, and that maybe her speed and her tenacity and the amount of damage she does goes up as you gear. So there's an advantage to gear up, but she's still in that sweet spot where she dies to like Thrawn's fracture, you know what I mean? But like still survives like a little weak hit. So we'll see. I don't know, but they don't like the idea that it's better for her to be undergeared.
Yeah, she's a very interesting character. I think she's like the only character right now that's incentivized you not to go all out with the gear.
Right.
We'll see.
So it's time for the giveaway.
The giveaway! What do we got?
This is a pretty cool giveaway. This is probably going to be the best one we've ever given away. So, I really hope you liked the video today. And if you did like the video, you are in luck, because for every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star General Arnold Grievous.
Hello there, MobileGamer.
This is not a scam.
This is not a scam. Oh, I think I'd rather get that than a Grievous rework now.
I gotta tell you, I love memes. I saw a bunch of memes about you, and people post them in your Discord, in my Discord, in the meme channel, and I just love them. I love memes. If you have any memes about Star Wars, put them there. It's great.
Oh, memes, the thing that keeps me playing Galaxy of Heroes. Am I right?
Memester. You're a meme
ready for
machine.
The Han memes. Get ready for the Han memes. Ooh,
oh my
I'm just
goodness.
ready for that to
I
happen.
can't wait to make videos on 5 Hans. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Top 10 factions, Han Solo.
Do we have enough Hans in the game? Han Solo 7.
Put another Han in. If the game's ever getting to a point where it's almost done, just be like, oh, screw it. Let's put a 10th Han in there. Game of Hans. Oh, man. I'm looking forward to a 5th Han. My body's ready for it.
I think we knew it was coming, so it's not so bad.
Oh, I'm glad they acknowledged that, too. That, we're aware this is a meme at this point, but it's happening.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh, man.
Go over to Arnold's channel, because this is actually a 2-part video. There was too much information to cover in this post, so we split it up, one here and one there. So thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. What do you guys say?
See you later.